Hi there, little connectivity problems. Welcome to day 38 of our Supersize You annual challenge. Today we're talking about what builds confidence. What is the one thing you can do and all of us can do to increase our confidence in any given situation? Today we are going to face one fear, one thing that we're afraid of. And by fear, I'm going to share a little diagram with you, a little handy dandy sharing artwork about our comfort zone and the bullseye and hitting the bullseye and hitting this spot. I used to talk about idioms every day in my Supersize Your Business community, and I would share an idiom. What does it mean? Where did it come from? And how could you use it to build and grow and supersize your business? And it gave us all, because I do the challenge right along with you, an opportunity to look at a situation from a different point of view or a different perspective. And so when I did hit the spot, I'm like, okay, let's talk about that with respect to the goal that we want, the target that we really want, and what's keeping us from already having that, right? So this little diagram, I made a target with a bullseye. This is me or you jumping out of our comfort zone. Why? Because the only way we grow, the only way anything changes is if we do something that we've never done before or something that's a little bit out of our comfort zone. I'm not saying jump all the way off the bridge. I'm saying do one little thing today that frightens you a little or scares you, and see what happens, right? We're going to ask ourselves some reflective questions, of course, but everything important to us, every improvement, every growth, every way we show up in the world it's within our comfort zone. Yeah, if you're awesome and you're perfect already, great. But how many and what percentage of the population is that actually true for? I'm being far from perfect. So every day, and actually we did this for an entire year. I think I do think it was the first in 2018. I'm going to have to look. We did do one thing every day that scares you. And I can't remember the exact title. Maybe it was do one thing every day that scares you. But we did that every single day for a year, which has made me pretty fearless in a lot of areas, especially with respect to showing up online and talking. But I've noticed as I'm going through one of my friends' school platform challenges, and if you want to find the best way to help yourself grow personally for I think $7 a month, just hit me up and ask, and I'll share the link for her group. I've been in there 3 months, and the way I think, the things I've let go of that have held me back in the past, I can't even keep track of them all. I've got them written down in journals and notebooks, but it's been absolutely amazing. Definitely an aside. So, but my whole point to that was it's helped me to stretch my comfort zone to a point where I can never go back to being who and how I was before. And to me, that's exciting. That's personal growth. That's development. That's becoming a better version of myself, which is my passion and my purpose in life. It's like, I want to be the best possible version of myself so that I can set the example for you and for other people as well. So on a personal level, what does this look like? To do one thing today that scares me and scares you. Speak up at a meeting. Speak up in an organization or a group you're part of, since it happens to be Saturday when I'm talking about this. Reach out to somebody new. Maybe you have a goal or an objective and something you want to have happen in your life, and it would really help to be able to talk to somebody else about it, maybe somebody that's already done it. Reach out to one of those people via messenger or email. Tell them what you admire about them and that you would, love to chat with them sometime when it's convenient for them, because this, boom, is the thing that you're trying to achieve as well. And you look up to them as a role model of this particular trait, characteristic, or behavior. Maybe you just post something vulnerable on social media. And I am starting to like this idea less and less, because I think people are going online nowadays and posting something vulnerable and scary and dramatic and crying and sobbing and doing all this BS stuff that they're just doing for attention. I don't know about you, but I like to do my personal development cathartic work by myself alone with a journal, not in front of people that I don't know. And maybe putting that out into the world does help some other people to do the same thing. But it's just like public displays of affection. We all have our own opinion of what's acceptable and what's not. That's just mine, but you can do whatever you want. But go online and just be yourself. I have a friend named Marge Rhodes, who's amazing, by the way. If you're looking for an awesome hypnotist, again, ask me. I know lots and lots of amazing individuals. Anyway, she posted a Facebook Live and got, with not even within a few hours, 1,000 views of her Facebook Live, because she just got on camera and started talking about who she is, what she does, etc. And people responded to that and were magnetized to that because it was real and authentic and truly her, showing up and just saying, hey, here I am, world. And maybe that's all we need to do. And we can share our story, but we can share our story. Like, I don't share all the drama and crap that's gone in my life. It's none of anybody's business for the most part. And again, those are the things that we get to work through in our life journey. So you could do a vulnerability post on social media, or have a hard conversation with somebody, maybe about boundaries or core values, whatever is important or pertinent for you. And then reflect on how you felt right after doing that. Chances are to broach the subject of a boundary or to talk to people about certain things, maybe your goals and wishes and desires, maybe you've never shared them with anybody before. How did that make you feel? And after you did it, did you actually feel confident because you did something that's hard and challenging for you? And what's hard and challenging for each of us is slightly different, right? But there's a lot of things that we have in common that we're afraid to do. Showing up in social media, doing video is one of the number one fears of people. And guess what? Everybody sucks at the beginning, right? We all do. And we're all scared to do it. I don't know anybody that just said, man, I'm just going to get in front of the camera and go. No. All right. So what do we think about this? What have you been putting off? Ask yourself these 3 questions. Number 1, what have you been putting off? What have I been putting off because I'm afraid? I can think of at least a dozen things right now that I personally have been putting off because I'm afraid to do them, or I'm afraid of the consequences of doing them, right? I've had a storage unit for 6 years that I haven't cleaned out. And so I told myself this summer, I'm going to clean that storage unit out and either keep it and revamp it and put in some racking and store things in a way that I can actually access them and find them. Otherwise, I'm just going to get rid of everything in there and downsize some more. It's from my house after my divorce. I had to move in 3 weeks, so I didn't have time to sift through and sort everything to decide if I wanted to keep it or not. So I kept some things for my kids. I kept some things that I just had sentimental attachments to. I kept some things I knew I should probably just throw away, but I didn't have the heart to. And so for 6 years now, I've made that not a priority to go and do because it's outside my comfort zone. So that's one thing for me. What's something that you've done in the past that terrified you, but you're glad you did it? Another one I'll share. I was terrified to get divorced, but I'm so glad I did it. 3, what would I become if I regularly chose courage over comfort? I love this question. This is a question we should all journal on today. If I kept acting just little tiny movements, tiny actions, tiny acts of courage at the edge of my comfort zone, and I do that on a regular basis, maybe only even do it once a month or once a week, but I challenge you to do it once a day and see if you do not transform and grow exponentially in the areas that you want to over the course of this year's challenge. All right, that's all I've got today. If you have any questions about this, if you are scared to do something, maybe you're scared to talk to strangers, just direct message me and we'll have a 1-minute chat and I'll show you that it's not going to kill you and that you can do it too. All right, have an awesome day and I will of course be with you tomorrow. Bye.